Okay, so have you ever tried to email a big file, maybe a video, a presentation, or a folder of high resolution photos, only to be smacked with the message, attachment too large, message not sent? It's the digital equivalent of trying to squeeze a watermelon through a mailbox. And yet, here we are in 2025, where AI can compose music and cars can drive themselves, still unable to send a 100 megabyte file over email. Why is that? Let's unpack why email attachments have size limits, what actually happens when you attach a file, and what professionals who deal with huge files, photographers, designers, students, and teams are doing instead. And yes, we'll end this with a modern solution that makes sending unlimited files fast, effortless, and secure. Exactly what you need to get your deliverable delivered on time. How do email clients handle attachments? When you click Attach File, your email app doesn't glue that file onto your message. It transforms it into text using something called base64 encoding. Don't worry about that. All it means is that it increases the size of your file by about 1/3. That means a 20 megabyte image quickly turns into about 26 megabytes before it even leaves your outbox. Then, your provider has to store it, back it up, and keep it available for download. Multiply that process by billions of users every single day, and it's easy to see why email providers impose strict limits. Without those restrictions, the system will collapse under the weight of endless data. It's certainly annoying, but it's indeed necessary. The big email clients and their limits. Big Email has colluded and decided to limit the size of your important file attachments. But what have they decided on? Actually, they're not so good at collusion, so they couldn't agree on a number. Each major email service sets its own boundaries. Gmail lets you send up to 25 megabytes per message and receive up to 50 megabytes. Anything larger automatically becomes a Google Drive link. This is fine if you and your recipient are okay bothering with Google Drive and all of its wonkiness. And then there's Outlook and Hotmail, which typically cap attachments at 20 to 25 megabytes, pushing oversized files through OneDrive. Yahoo Mail sticks with 25 megabytes. Apple's iCloud Mail supports around 20 megabytes or up to 5 gigabytes if you use MailDrop, which uploads the file to iCloud and sends a temporary link that expires after about 30 days. Again, this works for those who can agree to use iCloud sometimes for some files. These limits might seem arbitrary, but they're essential for keeping the world's email infrastructure light, fast, and secure, and reliable. Most email clients now provide workarounds via their cloud storage services, but this introduces inconsistency in delivering files to your recipients. Which files need to be accessed via the email and which files need to be accessed via your choice of cloud storage provider? What if you're out of storage space on iCloud and Google Drive because you forgot to delete earlier files? Such inconsistencies and overhead can slow down your work. We'll get back to solving for this very soon. Why these limits exist? It's not about stinginess, it's about infrastructure. Every single email attachment has to be stored, scanned for viruses, and replicated across multiple servers, all while maintaining speed and security for billions of users. If everyone suddenly started emailing gigabyte-sized videos, servers would choke, delivery would crawl, and storage costs would skyrocket. Attachments were a clever workaround for those times when early internet users needed to send more than just text. But they were never built to handle modern creative file sizes, which are now larger than the computers that first sent a man to the moon. When you hit the limit, for most people, sending a few documents or snapshots is fine. But if you're a photographer delivering raw wedding photos, a designer sharing multi-layered project files, a student submitting a film project, or a team transferring product demos or datasets, that 25 megabyte cap is a brick wall. You're just not going to get through it. And even the temporary storage options provided by the email clients won't suffice for most cases. Email just wasn't designed for this era of data-heavy work. It's like trying to move apartments with a shopping cart. You might get there eventually, but it's the wrong tool for the job. The workarounds we've tried. As we've discussed, most email providers have found creative ways around their own limits. Gmail turns large files into drive links. Outlook uses OneDrive. Apple's MailDrop uploads files to iCloud and sends a temporary download link. And then there's the slew of online transfer software, such as WeTransfer, which became a favorite for large file sharing, though its free plan now limits transfers to around 3 GB and a limited number of sends per month before you have to upgrade. And most of these online services have arbitrary limits on how many files and total transfer sizes that are unnecessarily restrictive. These workarounds are fine occasionally, but if you're regularly sharing massive projects, you need something faster, easier, and unlimited. That's where OurTransfers comes in, the sponsor of today's video. OurTransfers was built for today's internet where creativity doesn't fit in 25 megabytes, and your ideas certainly shouldn't be restricted to a fixed number of files. With OurTransfers, you can send unlimited files of any size, completely free. No caps and no loss of quality from compression, like the others. Just drag, drop, and share a secure link. Everything is encrypted end-to-end for privacy, and uploads are powered by fast, distributed global servers. There's even a pro plan for longer storage, password protection, and advanced sharing controls. But even the free version gives you what most services can't: unlimited file transfers with zero hassle. Whether you're a photographer sending galleries, a designer shipping assets, or a business team transferring huge data sets, OurTransfers makes the most sense for 2025. Give it a shot for yourself today at OurTransfers.com. I'm sure this will come in handy the next time you need to send files to a friend, a client, or teammates, because email was never meant for big files, and there's no point playing the guessing game with which files will fit. Email is text-based, decades old, and doing its best to keep up. But for everything beyond a few megabytes, there's a better way, one that matches the speed, size, and ambition of today's creative world. So next time your inbox says attachment too large, don't fight it. Just head over to OurTransfers.com, upload your file, and send it without limits. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos explaining the history and future of file transfer, along with tips and tricks for working with files. I'm Lincoln, and I'll see you in the next one.